My cousin Mia was live streaming when the audience discovered she was faking her eating. She was reported and her account was banned. That's when her company approached her, telling her to undergo a surgery. They said that if she replaced her stomach with a cow's stomach, she would become the only eating saint in the entire country. In my previous life, out of concern for my cousin's health, I vehemently opposed it. Because she refused the surgery, the company froze her account, leaving her with a massive debt. Holding a deep grudge, she stabbed me dozens of times on my wedding day, putting all her strength into every thrust. I died on the spot. When I opened my eyes again, I was back on the very day she asked me, "Cousin, do you think I should go through with this surgery?" "Support me. Modern women should fight for their dreams. Cousin, the company says as long as I get the surgery, they'll help me create a new account. Do you think I should go?" Mia, my cousin, looked at me with eyes full of hope. She had asked me the exact same question in the previous life. She was a slightly famous food streamer on a certain platform. Recently, during a live stream, people discovered she was faking her eating. She was reported, and her account was banned. The company, unwilling to lose her traffic, came up with this crazy idea to have her graft a cow's stomach onto herself. Cows have 4 stomachs. That way, I won't have to fake my eating anymore, and they won't be able to catch me out. In the previous life, I was worried about her health, so I advised her that the surgery was too extreme. There was no precedent for a human having a cow's stomach replacement. Even if successful, her body's rejection response would likely kill her. If she stopped being a food streamer, she could find a normal job. She absolutely refused to listen. My mother and I had to stop her when she was on her way to the surgery. The surgery didn't happen, and the company completely abandoned her. She despised the normal jobs I suggested, saying they were exhausting and paid next to nothing. Her habit of extravagant spending remained. Very quickly, she used up all her savings, maxed out her credit cards, and took out huge loans. She was chased by debt collectors and had to hide in shame. She believed that I had ruined her bright future. On my wedding day, she held a knife, her eyes red, and stabbed me repeatedly, putting all her force into each strike. "It's all your fault. You're jealous of me. You don't want to see me live well. Go to hell." My mother tried to rush in to save me, but was also stabbed by Mia. "You're not a good person either. Conspiring with this bitch to harm me? You all deserve to die." My mother collapsed with her wound. Mia was still not satisfied and rushed forward to stab her a few more times. I watched helplessly as my mother took her last breath right in front of me. "Cousin, say something." Mia tapped me hard, bringing me back to reality. I decided to respect her personal wishes. "Then of course, I support your decision. If you think it's good, that's all that matters." Mia was very pleased with my reaction. A few days later, she asked me to accompany her to the hospital for the surgery. "Cousin, come with me. I'm a little scared. If it were the previous life, I would definitely have gone. She was an only child who grew up with me. My mother also loved her very much and told me to take care of her since we were little. Yet Mia didn't even spare my mother. Unfortunately, I have something on today. Ask your boyfriend to go with you. Since she became a food streamer and made some money, her boyfriends changed constantly, a new one every month. She called it the expiration date for men, only 1 month. Her current boyfriend is sweet-talking and sly. They've been together for over half a year, exceeding her self-imposed expiration date for men. Mia is deeply in love with him. He's busy. "Cousin, you're my only family in city. You can't just stand by and do nothing, can you? You promised Aunt you'd take good care of me." Before she finished, I hung up and turned off my phone. In the previous life, she also used this kind of moral blackmail to force me to pay off her debt. I paid it off again and again. Each time, she promised it was the last time. Yet what waited for me was the next last time. When I got home from work, the pristine white-tiled floor was covered in footprints. The kettle was overturned on the table, splashing water everywhere. The footprints led all the way to my bedroom. My cousin must have used the spare key to enter the house again. Hearing me arrive, Mia came out of the room. Although her face was pale, her spirits were high. The company has arranged a street blogger to live stream with me tomorrow. I'm about to become famous, cousin. You didn't even come to my surgery. Aunt will definitely scold you. If you don't want me to tell Aunt, you should quit your job and take care of me. You know, I just had surgery and need care. That way, I'll be generous and forgive you. I didn't want to interact with her much, so I found an excuse to stay at a hotel. I was called home by a series of frantic calls from my mother. Since my cousin's surgery, I had given up the house to her and stayed at the hotel myself. As soon as I reached the door, I smelled the delicious aroma of chicken soup wafting from the crack. Your cousin just had surgery and you don't even know how to take care of her. Your family, you should help each other. The empty bowls on the table were stacked high. My mother was still busy in the kitchen. I felt distressed and pulled the exhausted elderly woman down to sit. She raised us alone, and after finally retiring, she still had to work so hard. In Mia's room, she was still shouting loudly, "Thank you to all my loved ones. Thank you for everyone's company." The second day after the surgery, the company reopened a new account for Mia and even found a famous online critic to live stream with her. I watched the live stream a few times. Mia looked like a hungry ghost reborn, continuously stuffing food into her mouth, chewing a few times, and swallowing it directly into her stomach. The person next to her looked stunned. The eating session lasted for several hours and Mia ate for several hours straight. The fan count in the live stream room exceeded 10 million overnight. She told me this after the live stream ended in the early morning. "I earned more money in one day today than you'll earn in your whole life. Why are you working that job? Why don't you quit and be my assistant? As long as you are obedient, I won't treat you badly." What was her definition of obedient? It was making me take her place to meet her top donor, a man named Leo. She begged me for days, saying it was just one meal. After the meal, the man in his 50s insisted on taking me to a hotel. I immediately turned cold and left. When I got home, she blamed me for upsetting her top donor. "He's old, it's hard for him to do anything anyway. He wouldn't have been able to do anything to you. You just needed to be a little sweet and coax him. Why did you give him a cold shoulder?" Look, he blocked me now. "Mom, you don't need to take care of her." My face was cold, with a bitter truth I couldn't express. In the previous life, only my mother risked her life to save me. The elderly woman muttered about Mia's hardship, rubbed her waist, and was about to get up to bring the soup. In the previous life, when my mother learned my cousin had a massive debt, she used up all her retirement savings and even mortgaged the house in the countryside just to help her. My mother devoted herself entirely to my cousin, yet was still stabbed to death by her. My mother was stubborn, so I could only comply. My cousin just had surgery and needs care. Mia opened the door and impatiently urged my mother to bring the food in quickly. After not seeing her for a few days, Mia had gained a visible amount of weight, but strangely, she had only gained weight from her chest down. No wonder I didn't notice it when watching the live stream before. She glanced at me, gave a soft hemph, and then sweetly thanked my mother. She was polite during the live stream, and surprisingly, she was the same in real life. I glanced through the open door and was shocked to see trash all over the floor. My mother also felt something was wrong and secretly asked me if Mia was sick. Why is she suddenly eating so much? Isn't she sick? Should I advise her to go to the hospital? I quickly comforted her. She just had surgery. Her body needs to recover. Don't worry, being able to eat is a blessing. My mother nodded repeatedly, finally no longer suspicious, and turned back to stew a pork trotters dish for Mia. I originally intended to continue staying at the hotel but was worried about my mother, so I had to come home. That day, I was at work when my mother called me, telling me to go to the police station immediately. Her voice was frantic. "Anne, come here! Your cousin was beaten up!" I didn't want to get involved in my cousin's affairs, but my mother kept urging me, so I had to go. As soon as I arrived at the door, I heard Mia's piercing voice. "I know you're jealous of me. You're jealous that I'm more famous than you now. You're jealous that the company abandoned you to promote me. I'm jealous of you? I'm jealous that you will become a monster later." I pushed the door open, and the room immediately fell silent. My mother rushed over, telling me to demand justice for my cousin. I reassured my mother that knowing my cousin's vengeful nature, she wouldn't have suffered any loss. Sure enough, the police said Mia was the one who provoked the fight and initiated the physical contact. Everything was fully recorded on camera. Mia still refused to shut up, just yelling and demanding to call the company. "Yes, Sister Lee, I can't live stream tonight. My face is all swollen from the beating." Yes, it was her. The company must demand justice for me. Then the phone of the girl opposite rang. The girl answered the phone, and I don't know what the person on the other end said, but her face turned red and then pale. After hanging up, she immediately wanted to withdraw the complaint. The first time I saw this girl, she looked familiar. Hearing her voice, I finally remembered she was Chloe in the previous life. When my family stopped Mia from having the surgery, the person who went for the surgery afterward was her. In the previous life, they were competitors in the same company. I remember clearly Mia showing me a video of Chloe's live stream and complaining, "It's all your fault. If it weren't for you, the person in there right now would be me." The words she just said, could she also have been reborn? I decided to find her to ask. "Hello?" Seeing her about to leave, I intended to chase after her, but my mother held me back. "Your cousin is hurt. Where are you going? Take her to the hospital to get checked." By the time I turned around, Chloe had gone far. Mia was shrieking in pain behind me. My mother kept urging me to take her to the hospital. Mia adamantly refused, saying her live stream was about to start tonight. My mother tried to persuade her, but I held her back. She earns hundreds of thousands every minute. If you stop her from making money now, she might risk her life against you. My mother carefully looked at Mia and, confirming that she could still move and was fine, gave up the idea of going to the hospital. But Chloe's words just now scared me. Staying near Mia any longer might be dangerous. Better safe than sorry. I picked up my phone and sent a text message. "I can help you, but you have to listen to me." The other party quickly replied, "Thank you. Thank you very much." A few days later, my mother called me. Over the phone, she angrily said she would no longer care about Mia's business. I breathed a sigh of relief. Unexpectedly, Mia's boyfriend Ryan also had some tricks up his sleeve. Seeing Mia rising again online, he was reluctant to abandon this cash cow and wanted to reconcile. But Mia still hadn't forgiven him for his previous disappearance. He came to me for help. I originally didn't want to get involved. But that day, hearing Chloe say Mia would turn into a monster, I suddenly thought of a way to drive my mother away. The house Mia was currently living in was one I had just bought a few years ago. The down payment had used up all my savings at the time, and I was still paying the mortgage. Because it was my first home, I treasured it greatly. Since she was little, Mia always wanted to take whatever belonged to me. Seeing how much I cherished this house, she had long been eyeing it. She used to constantly ask me to give it to her, which I, of course, refused. I asked Ryan, "Do you really want to get back with my cousin? You might lose your life." He was quite frank. "The most painful thing for a person is not being alive, but running out of money. As long as I have money, a little life-threatening risk is nothing." Since that was his choice, I couldn't blame anyone. I told him to buy my house and give it to Mia. Mia would definitely forgive him. My only requirement was that after he moved in, he had to find a way to make my mother leave. He didn't understand, but followed through. My mother, as expected, got angry and went back to the countryside. At the contract signing, Mia looked smug. After she became rich, she had also offered to buy the house from me, but I still refused. "Cousin, what's wrong? Didn't you really like this house? Why are you selling it? Are you short on cash? If you're short on cash, you should do live streaming too. But you don't have that luck." The company said they only offered the surgery to me because they saw potential. This luck I dare not accept. Just over 10 days later, Mia had gained another ring of fat, and it was obvious that her body was elongating and her legs were becoming shorter. Her abdomen was distended, like a woman several months pregnant, but her face and hands remained slender, looking utterly bizarre. Her whole body resembled a cow standing on two legs. A faint animal odor mixed with the smell of various foods in the room, making it uncomfortable. Mia was leaning on her boyfriend's shoulder, looking like a deeply in love couple. In the previous life, Mia's massive debt was partly due to this Ryan. When I stopped Mia, she was abandoned by the company, and her boyfriend also disappeared. Mia couldn't accept the huge disparity, so she spent money frantically on him. Eventually, he was lured back by Mia's money. Very quickly, Mia used up all her savings. Her boyfriend started encouraging her to take out various online loans, high-interest loans, and naked loans from all kinds of platforms. She borrowed more and more, using debt to pay debt, and quickly went bankrupt. When debt collectors came knocking, Ryan had completely disappeared. Mia was pushed to the limit by the debt collectors and saw Chloe's live stream. Glittering donation amounts filled the screen. She believed that if I hadn't stopped her, she would be the one enjoying that glory and wealth. She believed I had harmed her, so she stabbed me to death. I finished signing the contract and turned back to see a fly buzzing around Mia. How are there flies in this weather? It must be because Mia doesn't keep the place clean. When Mia first came to the city, I let her stay here. But her hygiene habits were terrible. To save time, she hid snack bags under her pillow and take out boxes under the bed, attracting many roaches. At that time, I had to hire a professional exterminator company to barely clean it up. I tried my best to correct her habits, which led to many arguments. She also complained a lot to my mother. My mother didn't know the reason and scolded me many times. That period of time, I was so stressed I almost lost my period. But now I don't want to mention it anymore, and my mood is much more relaxed. I occasionally saw Mia on the hot search list. Mia was eating more and more, and the things she ate were becoming more perverse. Dishes with sky-high calories, the spiciest, the foulest, the sourest, the strangest. As long as netizens dared to suggest it, there was nothing she wouldn't eat. Now, netizens started challenging her to eat raw food, cold food, even an entire piece of frozen food in one go. The doughness of the food was also decreasing. Well done, medium, rare, and now completely raw. What remained unchanged was her small face and slender arms. Her fans all admired her physique of eating so much, yet not getting fat. Only I knew that in the places the camera couldn't see, the fat was silently accumulating. I watched Mia stuff an entire piece of raw beef into her mouth, chew it briefly, and swallow it whole. Saliva ran down the corner of her mouth, soaking her white collar. I felt nauseated and left the live stream room. At this moment, my phone displayed a notification. The richest man in city that you follow has posted a new question. What should I do if my girlfriend has a strange smell? The richest man in city? I don't remember following this person. I scrolled through his profile. It was just the usual flaunting of wealth. I was about to close the page and unfollow him when a photo caught my attention. It was a photo of a property deed. The caption read, "Girlfriend is mad. Bought her a house to coax her." A rich person can easily buy a house to coax a girlfriend. I was about to close the photo when I saw a familiar doll. It was the doll I won from a claw machine and casually tossed on the sofa because it was ugly. This is my house. This richest man in city is Ryan. I suddenly remembered Mia had my phone before. That time was exactly when Ryan disappeared. It turns out she took my phone to follow her boyfriend's secondary account. She had shown me Ryan's account before, and it clearly wasn't this one. I carefully looked at his latest update. Girlfriend is getting fatter, and her body odor is getting heavier. Any solutions? The comments section was lively. Some people asked for details. How fat is she? What kind of smell? Some attacked him, asking if he was 188 centimeters tall with six-pack abs. Some offered suggestions. It might be due to obesity. Pay attention to diet and exercise. Best to see a doctor. But he ignored these suggestions, only asking if there were any good deodorizing perfumes. The comments below were varied, and some people had started selling products. He actually asked for links and bought the products. A few minutes later, he placed an order and commented that he would provide feedback after receiving the goods. Then, a few minutes later, he showed off a branded watch Mia had just bought for him. The comments section filled with admiration again. In the previous life, after Mia stabbed us to death, she was arrested and imprisoned. The creditors couldn't find anyone to pay the debt, so they went after him. But he had long sold all his assets and gone abroad. At that time, I saw him at a bar, trying to seduce a wealthy older woman. The woman was happily coaxed by him and instinctively touched his chest. He took her hand and led it downward. I watched, disgusted. At that time, I thought he and Mia were a match made in heaven and should be locked up together. My phone still occasionally popped up with new messages from Mia's boyfriend. Until today, girlfriend is a bit strange lately. starting to frequently hit people with her head. The comments section was full of teasing, suggesting it was part of their couple's play. Only I faintly felt that something was wrong. Don't let her truly mutate and cause social disorder. I recalled what Chloe had said and started inquiring about Mia's situation from her company. I finally managed to call the company, saying I wanted to find Chloe for an advertisement. They said Chloe had quit. I quickly asked if they knew where she was now. The person impatiently replied they didn't know and started recommending other streamers, saying their sales would be better. As soon as I hung up, Mia's boyfriend called me. "Sister, come over quickly. Mia has become very strange." I still couldn't resist my curiosity and stood outside Mia's door. Mia was panting heavily, her eyes red, head lowered, preparing to charge. "Mia!" I tentatively called out. She returned to her senses and smiled strangely. "Cousin, why are you here? Ryan, come here." Mia's abdomen had accumulated countless layers of fat. Each layer was almost touching the ground. Her abdominal skin was glossy, as if the fat inside was about to burst out. Mia's legs also looked thicker. Ryan secretly pulled me aside. "She's been very strange lately. She sleeps with her eyes open at night, always has a strange smell, and attracts flies and bugs. No matter what perfume I use, I can't cover it up. Do you see her? Her face is small, but the lower part is as fat as a cow. Should I advise her to go to the hospital?" "You want me to advise her, only to be stabbed to death again?" In the previous life, I was a good person only to be repaid with vengeance. I'm not that foolish in this life. "Ryan, you can't talk about the cook right after eating their meal. All these luxurious items in this room, weren't they all bought by my cousin for you?" "My cousin works hard to earn money, so why are you still questioning her?" I deliberately spoke loudly. Ryan quickly told me to lower my voice. Mia indeed looked at Ryan maliciously, but because I was there, she didn't conveniently lose her temper. After all, she was still updating her happy life on social media every day. Mia was still yelling, urging Ryan to go to her. He held my hand tightly, not letting me leave, afraid that if I left, Mia would beat him to death. "Cousin, wait a moment." Mia refused to go to the hospital, saying she was eating and sleeping well and was perfectly fine. "Wait for me, I'll ask the company." Since Mia and her boyfriend reconciled, she had the company sign a contract with his account as well, focusing on the couple's daily life. I don't know what the company told him, but after hanging up, he was completely reassured. The company said they asked the surgeon, and they said this is normal. She's just stressed, so her temper is getting irritable. The company told me to just indulge her. The company that could come up with the idea of grafting a cow's stomach onto a person wouldn't genuinely care about their life. I told Ryan that if there was nothing else, I would leave first. But Ryan immediately became flustered, telling me to go to the hospital with him. I told him to go by himself, but he got straight into my car and gave me directions to the hospital. Along the way, he complained non-stop. "Mia is as fat as a pig now, making me lose interest." I just complimented another streamer I was connected with, and Mia got angry. She doesn't even look at what she looks like now. Only I can tolerate her. Anyone else would have broken up long ago. As he said this, he was still texting Mia. Their conversations gave me goosebumps. It wasn't until Mia agreed to buy him a limited edition watch that Ryan smiled. Ryan said, "That's more like it," and closed his eyes to rest. I originally intended to drop him off at the hospital and leave, but he took my car key, telling me to drive him back later. Indeed, birds of a feather flock together. The test results came out very quickly. Suspected parasitic infection. I haven't eaten beef recently. Why did the doctor say I'm infected with bovine tapeworm? Sure enough, Mia was right. Doctors are all scammers. With that, he casually threw the report into my car. I carefully read the report. It was indeed bovine tapeworm infection. I dropped him off and sped away. I drove to the car wash to have my car thoroughly sterilized. As soon as I got home, I found my fiancé waiting at the door. More accurately, my ex-fiancé. After being reborn, I had broken up with him. He had been looking for me, asking for a reason. In the previous life, we stood on the stage taking our vows, gazing lovingly at each other. Suddenly, I saw Mia approaching with murderous intent behind him. I had a premonition of something bad and was about to push him away. But unexpectedly, Mia's target was me. I looked at him for help, but he was scared stiff and ran away. dragging his parents with him. Give me a reason or I won't have peace of mind. I didn't know how to explain to him, so I just struggled to break free from his grip. I don't like you anymore. Why is someone so insensitive and clingy? Miss, do you need me to call the police for you? It was Chloe. Why was she looking for me? My ex-fiance saw her genuinely picking up her phone and quickly left, saying, "I'll find you next time. The company said you were looking for me." I didn't deny it. I directly asked her if she had also been reborn, and she didn't deny it either. "You're not looking for me to ask if your cousin can still be saved, are you?" I shook my head. She burst out laughing, saying I was truly cold-hearted after being reborn. It turns out she knew Mia had stabbed me to death in the previous life. I was going to advise you not to interfere with her. She's a heartless wolf. Chloe could be considered Mia's mentor. Mia was personally guided by Chloe, but after Mia became famous, she wanted to surpass Chloe, even resorting to slandering her. She was planning to find a blogger to maliciously defame me. The blogger happened to be someone I knew, so I conveniently exposed her fake eating. After her fake eating was exposed, her account was reported by angry fans and banned. So, Mia deliberately created a secondary account to manipulate public opinion, claiming she was framed by Chloe's fans. Everything was directed by Chloe. Mia's fans started all kinds of manipulation, slandering Chloe. The company originally intended to rely on the rivalry between the two of them to attract more traffic. But with one account banned and the other losing half its fans, the company became anxious. So, they wanted Mia to start over. At that time, Mia was stopped by me and her family. The company then wanted me to undergo this surgery. If this surgery succeeded, it would indeed bring me great benefits. But I was also scared, so I asked my parents for their opinion. Do you know what my parents said? Then hurry up and go. Why are you asking? It's such a great opportunity. Oh, right. Your brother is getting married soon. Hurry up and send money back here. We need to prepare for the wedding expenses and the wedding house. She smiled bitterly, saying she was very jealous of Mia for having me and her family. If they had advised me at that time, maybe I wouldn't have had to endure all those things later. Next, Chloe went for the surgery. After the surgery, there was no rejection response as imagined. She adapted very well. She ate more and quickly became the most famous eating saint on the whole internet. But gradually, she started to feel that no matter how much she ate, it wasn't enough. More than 10 hours a day were spent eating. She ate so much that she later lost consciousness. She only knew her mouth and hands were still functioning. When she woke up, she had been reborn. Unexpectedly, this time, Mia went for the surgery. Chloe said that although she didn't know what happened afterward, she vaguely felt something was wrong. This time, being reborn, she also prepared to refuse the surgery. What I'm saying might be cruel, but I'm glad the person who had the surgery is Mia. I thanked her for coming to find me specifically. Good people should be rewarded. You and your mother truly worried about her, but she didn't appreciate it. Chloe said that after meeting my mother last time, she was worried that my mother wouldn't be safe staying with Mia, so she wanted to advise me, but she didn't know how to start the conversation. After all, the story of being reborn sounds absurd. Luckily, I was also a person who had returned after being reborn. Chloe told me that my cousin's current symptoms were not far from the time she lost consciousness in the previous life. She told me to stay away from Mia. After returning home, I immediately arranged a luxurious trip for my mother, scheduling the trip duration. Based on the time Chloe provided, it should be enough. My mother hadn't been reborn. I was afraid she would be soft-hearted and bring disaster upon herself. Ryan's secondary account still occasionally popped up with new questions. Why is my girlfriend starting to stare at me? How to effectively deal with flies in the house? Will true sweat glands really stop causing underarm odor later on? The comments below were still numerous. Netizens, like gossipers, jumped back and forth between the questions. Although some kind netizens genuinely cared about his problems, he ignored them all. Not long after each question, he would show off the luxury items Mia had just bought for him. Gradually, no one truly offered him advice anymore. His latest question was from a week ago. What should I do if my girlfriend starts biting people? Ryan's questions stopped a week ago. I waited for a long time but didn't see any new videos of him showing off his wealth. Did something really happen? The comments below were full of teasing, saying his girlfriend might be turning into a zombie. Over time, some people also started worrying, saying they didn't know if something serious had really happened. Some kind netizens started preparing to track down his address, intending to call the police for him. Maybe he went on vacation with his girlfriend. Others said, "Zombie? Do you think this is a movie?" I opened Mia's account. Her account hadn't been updated for a week either. Did they really go on vacation? Whether they went on vacation or not, it no longer concerned me. Another week passed. My neighbor in my old house called. He asked if I had been home recently. He said something in the house seemed to be rotting. A smell was coming from the crack in the door, and he asked if I needed him to help deal with it. This neighbor had always been very kind to me. My current job was also found with his help. I was very grateful to him and didn't dare tell him about Mia. He was a kind person and shouldn't be implicated by Mia. I thought carefully and still decided to go over and check. I didn't dare call the police. After all, I had no concrete evidence. The police might not respond. I contacted the building management security saying I suspected a theft in Mia's house. The management found a few strong young men with tools to go upstairs with me. I used the old spare key to open the door. A strong, putrid smell assaulted my face. I called Mia's name. There was a sound from the bedroom. We cautiously walked over. The closer we got, the stronger the smell became. I walked behind the security guards as they approached. The first security guard who entered retched and ran into the restroom to throw up violently. Then the second one. The third one. I turned on my phone camera and slowly put it through the doorway. On the phone screen, a gigantic, maggot-like creature slowly turned its head and smiled at me. It was Mia. Her face was still small and beautiful, but she was gnawing on a human finger. She stretched her mouth into a strange smile at me. "Cousin, you're here?" After speaking, she tossed the finger aside and prepared to get off the bed to find me. I was so scared that I screamed and continuously backed away. A heavy thud echoed on the floor, but Mia didn't come out. I mustered all my courage and glanced into the bedroom. Mia was propped up on her hands, trying to move forward, but her massive body made movement impossible. Seeing that she couldn't move, I slowly walked closer. The entire room was covered in blood and fragments of a body. Flies buzzed on Mia's long, uncombed hair. I felt nauseated and ran into the restroom to vomit violently. When I finished vomiting, the police had already arrived. The building management security had called the police. The police investigated and stated that Ryan was crushed to death by Mia. After Ryan died, Mia lost her self-control and cannibalized him. Mia was taken to the hospital by a tow truck. People said that Mia's current condition required liposuction before she could be further interrogated. I, as Mia's only relative in city, could only accompany her to the hospital. I watched Mia being pulled into the operating room by over a dozen people and waited outside. Not long after Mia went in, a nurse ran out. Her clothes were covered in filth. I stopped her. The young nurse was trembling with fear. Just now, as the doctor was incising her abdomen, the fat on her body erupted. The fat suffocated her mouth and nose, and she choked to death. I walked closer to the operating room window. The entire room was splattered with fat. Mia was lying motionless on the operating table. The doctors next to her tried to clear her airway, but were constantly covered by new fat. Other doctors wanted to perform CPR, but everywhere was fat. There was no place to put their hands. The doctor told me that the grafted cow stomach had caused Mia's body to change. Cows naturally only eat grass, but humans are omnivores, and she was frantically eating raw meat. Her body was full of parasites, besides the fat. Her brain had been eaten away by parasites. Only the instincts to eat and sleep remained. After saying this, the doctor comforted me, telling me to donate Mia's body. The hospital suggested I donate it, saying it had immense research value. I didn't hesitate and immediately agreed. After Mia's body was donated, I finally told my mother. Upon hearing the news of Mia's death, my mother immediately returned to city, distraught, saying she must seek justice for Mia. The elderly woman ran back and forth between courts, seeking out one lawyer after another, and finally succeeded in suing the wicked company, forcing it to collapse. My life finally returned to peace. That day, I saw my mother off. I watched her board the plane, and when I turned around, I saw Chloe. She was alone, pulling a suitcase, looking somewhat lonely. I went up to greet her. When she saw me, her eyes lit up with surprise and joy. She said she was going somewhere far away today, a place where her parents couldn't find her. When I was live streaming before, they always called me Sister Mia, asking for my help, and I always helped. But now that I'm leaving, no one has come to see me off. I came to see you off. Thank you for warning me last time. I gave her a hug and said goodbye. I told her that if she ever came back to city, she could look me up and I would treat her to a meal. Her eyes were teary as she said goodbye to me. While waiting for the car, my phone pushed a live stream notification to me. 10-hour non-stop eating challenge. I was startled. I opened the live stream and a girl in her teens was holding a slice of pizza and swallowing it whole. The live stream room was filled with virtual bouquets of flowers. I vaguely saw layers of fat accumulating under the live stream camera.